to our podcast.
And Colby's here too.
Yep.
Isn't that interesting?
Nope.
Not.
It's the same every
Excuse
week.
me?
Every other week.
I think we should do weekly half an hour.
You say that.
We can knock out 2 or 3 recordings in a session.
That's squeezing a lot of creative juice.
Well, that's equivalent to like the first few podcasts.
True. Okay.
I feel like most of us on the podcast are just talking about how the podcast should be.
Yeah.
And
We
like
should stop
us
that.
being indecisive. Should we keep that like
No,
outside?
I don't think so. I think we should start talking about stuff. Maybe people would listen.
Yeah.
Let's start today.
I don't know about that.
Nope. You're doing your tea. I'm taking command. We're going to stop talking about the podcast on the podcast.
Okay, I'm gonna get up and do things.
Are you going to leave?
No.
Damn.
Can't do Animal High School.
Damn it. Alright.
Oh my god, what liquid is on my hair? Piper brought liquid into... What the...
While he deals with his liquidy issues, there's been some changes a brewing.
How's there?
Huh? Get it? Like tea brewing?
Dude, that was a really funny joke.
The podcast is a half an hour now. Ooh.
Yeah. That.
So you're going to have to give me a time check.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Um,
I'll do that.
How you do that? Is that my chocolate?
What?
Is that the chocolate that you bought for me?
What are you talking about right now?
Weren't those candy bars?
Bailey, that was like last year. And these are tea bags. What are you doing right now?
That looked like one of those chocolate bars.
So I'm going to tell you guys how to brew a nice tea like Saoirse Ronan.
That is a nice name.
I mean, I would never name my kid like that filthy Irish trash.
Saoirse, come over here.
Saoirse. And it's like Saoirse. Because like Sar.
What's that Irish lady's name?
Saoirse Ronan.
Is that her name?
The blonde
that
one
was-
from Lady Bird? Yeah, Bailey.
I thought you were like naming a brand of tea.
No.
Oh.
Saoirse. It's probably pronounced like Saoirse.
Saoirse.
Saoirse Ronan.
That was a pretty
That was
good
kind of
Irish.
Midwestern, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was like someone who grew up in Ireland but has been living in Ottawa for...
Ottawa, Ontario?
No, Ottawa, Wisconsin.
Oh.
I'm sure there's an Ottawa, Wisconsin.
There's an Ottawa, Ontario.
I'm aware of that, but I'm not a filthy Frenchman. Wait, that's Montreal. Yeah, it is.
I don't understand Canada's demographics.
Yeah, what's up with Canada? Be better.
Provinces.
Can you hear that electric kettle going right now? Can you hear it? Girls and girls. No boys listen to our podcast, do they? Yeah. We have some guy listeners, right?
Charbel, right?
Charbel does not listen. Who listens to our podcast? I only know like 2 or 3 people that listen. And I mean, the most recent episodes have been getting that number of views. But like before, we were in like the 20s, you know? Like
I know, the first one reached like 40.
I know, how'd that work? Did everyone listen to it like 3 times?
No, it must have just...
Every one of our friends were like, yeah, I should listen to it.
And then...
Do we have that total of friends? I don't think we have that. Do we? No, we definitely don't.
No, probably not.
Probably not.
Speaking of the podcast, it's
Bailey,
on YouTube.
you just said we weren't gonna...
It's on YouTube.
Oh, yeah, do the social. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah, how dare you do that.
I hate you. Stop.
Maybe today's theme can be Iggy Azalea.
Can we talk about that white woman that like did blackface for a long time and like convinced people that she was black, and now they're making a Netflix documentary about her?
Are you talking
the
about
trailer?
The daughter that found out her mom was black, or no,
No.
her mom was white, but she pretended to be black her whole life, or something like that.
Not at all. No, I'm talking about there's a Netflix documentary that's coming out, and the teaser trailer is just whatchamacallit, her son, her adopted black son, pleading with her, please, this is harming the community, this is harming more people than just you, for like 5 minutes. And that's the teaser trailer, and it's like the most awkward and like cringy stuff
a
I've ever
documentary?
seen. Yeah, they're making a redemption documentary about her, and it is so good. I like, you know that I like that. Like, that's my favorite thing.
The cringiness.
Not even cringiness, just like like one person is so obviously wrong, and it's like an intervention for like eating toenails or something, you know. It's like an intervention where what the person is doing wrong is just so ridiculous.
Or like eating your dead husband's ashes.
Yeah.
Did you not see that, My Strange Addiction?
You've brought it up to me multiple times in my life.
I'm glad.
That was something I didn't need to know
It was an amazing episode. She was like, he used to be 8 pounds, now he's down to 5 pounds.
Oh, no. No, Bailey, shut up, please. I can't handle that, man.
You can't handle that, but you can handle a motorcycle lady.
I can't handle that. It was horrible. Oh yeah, sorry, I just scraped the mic. Do you like that? ASMR.
It's tingling someone's ears.
Tingle. This is my tea bag. I've put the tea in the bag. Honestly,
get on both sides of the microphone.
These are not binaural or 3D audio.
We have to get those like microphones.
It is just cardio.
You should make faces with the ears.
Oh, I hate that. Oh. One time I watched a video where they put like
Orbeez?
No, like clear tubes around them and then just squirted shaving cream in there for like a half an hour.
Those poor microphones must go through a beating.
And I won't lie, I felt something.
Did you?
Boy, did I. Okay, so we've now placed our tea bag in our mug. We have our hot water. We've let it cool off a bit. We are now pouring the water.
You know who I bet would enjoy a nice hot cup of tea?
Azalea.
The crocodiles.
Shut up.
Couldn't you see a crocodile?
No, shut up. No, I'm serious. You just ruined my tea time, baby. This is high tea and you ruined it.
I could see
you spoiled everything wrong. I'm gonna unplug your mic again. No.
But
no. Shut your mouth.
Can I just finish my thought?
No.
Why?
No.
The world wants.
Can I just have this? Can I finish this one drink? This is what you're saying right now. You're an animalholic.
I just wanna.
Shut up.
If 3 crocodiles.
Shut up. This is editing. Edit point.
No, I'm not clapping for that. Just drinking tea. I could see it.
Yeah, well, you're schizophrenic, so get out. Speaking of Nami.
Rip.
Ooh. Are they centered in New Orleans, or did they just want to have, like, the conference there?
Oh, I have no idea.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, so I noticed that... Oh, yeah, this is the first episode that you guys are hearing in the half an hour to 45 minutes, closer to a half an hour format.
Apparently we recorded another one, but I don't remember.
We recorded and you don't remember that at all?
No.
That's a good sign.
What was it about?
The Oscars and just like talking and stuff. Because I hadn't edited it and I realized that while I was watching the Oscars, and I just kind of wanted. It was more like a test thing to see if it was like feasible to have a full podcast in there. And in many ways, I don't think it is, but I'm ready to listen to other people.
Yay.
I'm not gonna be so stubborn. I'm gonna be kind of stubborn. But so we're letting our tea brew for a bit.
Very fancy cup of tea you got. So, what's new, yo?
I'm ASMRing.
I hope you're happy.
Dude, ASMR is my life, man. I don't know what to tell you.
No, ASMR really is a fun little thing.
They have so many subscribers. Like, the top channel, I think, has like 1.5 million. What are we doing, man?
Us.
What are we doing? I guess it requires like a lot of upfront investment, right? Because you have to get like a really good mic.
That
and then
seems
just
like too much.
spit into
I couldn't
it.
whisper for like an hour just to myself. Just like.
Yeah.
But then double ASMR seems weird.
Yeah, it feels like scary.
Yeah, I don't like it.
No, I watched one where there was 3 people. I've been watching a lot of ASMR recently, trying to see if it's like something that I could.
Have you
feel.
gotten the tingles?
A few times, but there was always something weird about it that like turned my ears off, if you will. I lost my ear boner. You know?
The hairs, they went back down.
They went back down. Like there's
sad.
always just this like one thing. It could be just a girl saying she was from Florida, which happened one time. And then she started like, and then I noticed all the weird like Floridian things she said.
Floridian.
And I was like,
the gators, man.
wow, you've probably seen some gators with some tea. I really like how you
Crocodiles have tea. Get it right.
crocodiles aren't from Britain. Actually, there's probably some places that the Brits conquered that have crocodiles.
I want the sun to set on the Wakanda Empire.
You mean you never want the sun to set? He made a reference that I didn't necessarily get. Bailey, where's my poster?
In the mail. I lost the link to track it, so it's just gonna show up when it shows up.
That's just life, you know?
Yeah.
I think you should mail in to ask them.
I used to mail into like magazines, Scooby-Doo magazines actually.
There was a Scooby-Doo magazine.
Mm-hmm.
How did I not have
I got the very first issue from a laundromat, and then I mailed in. Yup.
What?
Mm-hmm.
How did I live my childhood without that?
I don't know. You could mail in to get pieces of a gigantic poster.
How did I?
It was a good time.
So now that we've let our tea bag sit in the water for a bit, we're just gonna do a little ooh just to spread it around. You can see that
That is a that is a big bag containing tea.
well, I like my tea brewed strong. You know how it is. Now, because I am American, I do not put milk in my tea. Because it's more just of a bastardization of British culture.
Of course.
Which itself is just a bastardization of Viking and Roman culture combined. Frankly, it disgusts me. And I'm glad that they lost their empire.
Are you?
So I noticed we had some questions from the listener.
Mm-hmm.
Just one.
Mm-hmm. Well, we have our listener appreciation station, and then
Choo.
choo choo, and then we
I have sound effects.
then we have Austin. Why are you away? What are you doing?
I need to get my turbinado cane sugar. Okay, is that all stuck together? Oh, it was. Straight
Well,
up.
he deals with his brown sugar,
This is.
but not brown sugar. It's like tan sugar.
Yeah, it's just unbleached.
Aaliyah D says, if you could eat the same,
These nuts.
if you could eat the
Don't
same,
laugh at that, baby.
if you could eat the same thing for the rest of your life, what would it be?
If I could? What is that supposed to mean?
Maybe she means like if you had to eat the same thing.
If I had to, could it be like a meal, or does it have to be one item?
I think it could be a meal.
Rice pilaf and like white fish.
Rice pilaf is good. I hate fish.
Well, I'm saying like for nutrition wise, like Reese pilaf.
Say you're gonna be healthy, like average health.
Yeah, rice pilaf because you got to get your grains at some point, and fish because it's high in protein. Like probably like a haddock or something.
I would say a Shirley Temple.
That you're not gonna get moderate health.
I
from
love
a
Shirley Temples. You get cherries. That's fruit.
Yeah, but they're also like bathed in sugar water for like months.
If you go to Chunky's, they get the mango juice balls.
Oh my god.
I love them.
I have a love-hate relationship with those.
Those are great.
Okay, well I guess
Except
he
when
just
they
has
get
a love
sucked up through the
relationship.
straw, then it's just like, ugh.
No, that's the only time I like them. You want to go to Chunky's tonight?
No.
I kind of want to see Annihilation.
No. Why?
Because apparently it's good. I'm like pretty wacky.
Doesn't
weird.
look good.
You don't want to go to Chunky's tonight?
No, I just went to the movies. You know me. I'm not a...
You're not a movies guy, I know you. You're a movies guy occasionally.
Occasionally. I have to be in the mood.
Yeah. or forced to go, and then you become in the mood.
Yeah, I mean,
Just to adapt.
just
to the
gotta give in.
situation.
Ooh, speaking of
Bailey, I'm trying to do some ASMR right now.
Austin's first question is, how is the new Black Panther movie? So I guess we're just gonna sum up our whole review.
No, you have to go listen to our review. That got no views.
Well, I wouldn't watch it.
Why?
Actually,
Do you think it was because we titled it Black Panther Review? I thought that's why episode 5, We Need Sleep, didn't get any views. It actually kind of became a cult classic.
wasn't episode 5 like really funny?
I think it was only funny to us because we were delirious and sleep deprived.
Yeah.
And also I had woken up at like 4 a.m. that morning to go to the gym.
Well, that's just a mistake. That was the one where I think I ranted on my sister because she questioned my Riverdale fandom.
Yeah.
Good times. Hey, Austin also says, is it difficult to constantly find stuff to talk about for an hour? If it is, how do you overcome it? I don't think that we do.
What are you talking about? We occasionally come up with stuff.
Occasionally.
Dude, episode 2. There was no lapse in
We can't
that.
keep going back to episode 2.
It's this glorious past that I'm always trying to get back to.
I think what you're saying is we need to start talking about Nazis again.
Honestly, that's our gold mine.
Stephanie?
Are we going back to talking shit about people now? Remember when I
Maybe.
stopped that?
Maybe it's what's needed.
Is that's the winning formula, do you think?
That might be it.
Is this giving anyone tingles right now?
Is it giving you tingles?
I think it's like tickling yourself. You can't give yourself tingles.
You can tickle.
Not effectively. Can I just watch while you try to tickle yourself?
Sure.
Okay, let's take a break from these questions. Well, no, actually,
Right here.
that's kind of a juicy. Oh, well, that's you're not like going. No, I know, like you could like drag like a pencil tip like on your arm or something. You're like,
I think you can tickle yourself.
not great, like not premium.
True. I hate getting tickled. It's like so weird.
I'm a big boy, so no one tickles me.
It's so weird
And,
that it causes
frankly,
you to,
I
like-
envy those who get tickled, convulse uncontrollably.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think it's like just a long conversation, you know.
Yeah, that's recorded.
It's a recorded conversation, especially with us. And I think our best work is when we don't have like a super huge structure. We just give ourselves some points to hit and find our way through them.
Like Nazis.
Yeah, like if it's something that we have a lot to talk about and we don't think is like pandering to people.
Very true.
Like that's kind of why I don't like the idea of like shortening the podcast, just of what it represents. Like we're kind of pandering to the masses, which obviously isn't like completely legit, but
also, you gotta do what the people's want sometimes.
yeah, sometimes you just gotta whore yourself out for those views, you know.
Exactly. You can't fight City Hall.
Yeah, no, I mean, well, here's the thing. With regular conversations, there's lulls. In a podcast, you can't really have that big of a lull in a conversation where you just kind of, like, go back to your phone or something, because millennials are not quite that. But, yeah, with a podcast, you can't, like, stop talking.
Right. Well, you could. And then just edit in more talking, but then it becomes not legit.
It becomes unnatural.
Yeah,
You're filling it falsely.
very true.
But
We would
we
never.
artificially, but we still like kind of do that when you're like you gotta really find stuff to talk about. But I mean, if you enjoy talking to the person,
If you
you'll be
find
able to squeeze out an hour every week.
Very true. Or you should be able to.
If you have to build up a rapport, especially like sometimes it's more difficult. Oh yeah, sorry about those laptop fans. If you can hear them. Sometimes it's difficult, and sometimes it's easier to talk with a person for a long extended, like, time that you've known for, like, a long time. Like, 6 or 7 years at this point. I mean, like, sometimes it's easy because, like, you kind of, like, you've built up rapport with this person for that long. And, like, you know, it's easy to talk to them. But also, at some point, you just know, like, so much about each other.
What is there to talk about?
That, like, or you know what each other are going to say. Because that's definitely happened. And when that happens, I keep my mouth shut so I don't spoil it for the listeners.
Just
now we're going to take a sip of that tea.
Sipping the tea. That's not doing it for anyone. Does ASMR have to do with, like, visuals too, though? I don't know.
That's a thing that a lot.
Well, there's like the
they'll do like
massaging. There's the massaging ASMRs.
Is there?
Mm-hmm.
I find that weird. I wouldn't allow myself
It's
to be
like
filmed.
a scalp massage, and there's like brushes. And it's
Whenever I hear scalp massage, I think of like Looney Tunes when Bugs Bunny like goes on like Elmer Fudd's head, and it's just like a bunch of extra skinnies going. And I'll never not think of that.
That's not satisfying to you?
No, it's quite the opposite. That's why I'll never not think of that when I hear scalp massage.
Let's go get scalp massages.
For the pod?
For the pod.
We could do... Do you want to do like an acupuncture video or something?
No.
How expensive is acupuncture?
I don't know, but I don't want to do it.
You don't want to find like a ratchet local acupuncture shop in like Lawrence?
No.
No, in that like transition between Methuen and Lawrence, like you know those like suburbs. They're like kind of trash neighborhoods. I'm pretty sure I saw a sign for an acupuncture place over there. Can we please do that?
No.
They're gonna be dirty needles.
No.
Please, Bailey.
I don't do needles.
Listeners, please comment down below if you want to have us go to a ratchet ass acupuncture place and make a video. That would get so many views, or it wouldn't, and I'd be so sad.
You'd probably be more mad.
I would call our listeners unfaithful. That was a reference to episode 10 of the podcast when we talked about Ozzy Osbourne and his wife, and Ozzy being unfaithful.
Look at you calling back.
I think that was because I was listening to the pod with my mom.
Were you?
Yeah, that's when she left her comment and I deleted it. Why is OJ in the thumbnail of this video? You know what? I appreciate that. At this point, I think Grace is our number 2 fan.
Yeah.
You know?
Number 1.
Jess.
Oh, yeah.
No question. She actually listens. I was talking to her the other day, and she's like, yeah, it's nice listening to it while I'm doing stuff so I can act like I actually have friends. It's like 2 friends talking. And I was like, you know what? I get the same thing out of that, but it's an added thing because he's my actual friend. Fight me.
Oh.
No. I mean...
Poor Jess.
No, not poor Jess.
Poor who in that situation?
No one. I think it's a good thing all around.
Okay.
I mean, poor us for whoring ourselves out for views, though.
I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do to survive in this world.
In this dog-eat-dog world.
That was a really bad 2000 show, Dog Eat Dog. Did you ever see it?
No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Girls in bikinis, like, fighting around in, like, mud and stuff for a prize.
Oh, that was a real meme in the 2000s. That and, like, meditating and going, om. Does it happen
was a big thing in movies.
Like cartoonishly meditating?
Mm.
Like, I remember as a kid, I was like, om, isn't that so funny, guys?
No.
Bailey, look at this. I got him! Ah!
I hate you. I hate you so much.
Under there? Under there. No, it's under there. It's under there.
Big facts under there.
Big facts. Shout out to Roman. Shout out to Sean for making fun of Roman. Shout out to Emily for being fooled by that under there.
Roman.
Yeah. That was pretty great. It's the first time I've seen it work. Did I ever get Devin to say, what's up, dog? I fooled someone and it worked.
I think you did. Yeah, you did, and she still didn't understand, remember? She was confused for like a week.
And then I kept saying it.
Yeah, and
I was like, I don't know, it's just up, dog, man.
She didn't get it. She, like, legit.
What is up, dog? Or no, she never quite said it.
Yeah.
So she was like, I don't understand what up, dog is. And I'm like, Devin, there's such an easy way out. What are you doing, man? What is happening?
That was pretty good. Squeaky chair.
No, I'm flatulating.
Of course.
Fart joke.
How did you two meet?
We haven't. Have we really met yet, Bailey?
Hello.
Darkness, my old friend, I came to tell you again.
met
Cause
in
a
soccer,
vision
actually.
softly sleeping.
Colby was really
Of
mean
the
to our
dreams I was sleeping.
coach. Terrorized this poor woman. She was just doing her thing. Bad coach as she was. That was the first time we met. And we were on the same bus.
Next question.
What countries / states have you traveled to? I'm pretty boring. I've been in New England and down.
I'm sorry, that was one of our questions in our questions episode, so
Okay.
I'm sorry you're not
Sorry.
allowed to listen to the pod anymore.
Have you heard of / know of any colangs like Esperanto or Solresolo?
Sorry, what is happening? Conlangs?
Colangs.
I think he meant to say conlangs.
Let me check, because maybe I wrote it down wrong.
Is it a conlang?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so that's a conlang, for those who don't know.
At Bailey.
Is a, at Bailey. Is...
Can I take a guess?
Yeah, go ahead.
I have two. Is it like Spanglish?
Nope.
Alright. Is it a criminal language?
No.
Okay.
Conlang.
Well.
No, it's a language that's made up for a book.
Oh,
like
the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, like
language.
Elvish. If you were to look at Game of Thrones, Valyrian, Dothraki. It's usually like how J.R.R. Tolkien was a linguist.
Okay.
I actually watched like an hour-long video about this. And it was just like this linguist talking about these conlangs from different things, right?
The Lord of the Ring one, that was like super in depth, right?
Yeah, well, because
like-
he was a linguist, so he really went right into that. He also wrote some, not Mordor. Mordor is essentially just corrupted Elvish.
So do you know what Esperanto is or Solresol?
No, let's look it up. Can you look up Esperanto?
Sure. Esperanto is actually like a legit word. Like my phone recognized it.
Oh, cool. Can you
Esperanto.
how do you spell that other one?
SOL.
Wait, give me a second. SOL
RES
RES
OL.
OL, yeah.
Esperanto is spoken by 2 million people. How is that a thing? Oh.
Oh, Sarasol is...
It was published in the book Warsaw? No. It was published in a book.
Let's see. So, it's constructed language devised by François Soudre, beginning in 1827. His major book on it, Language Musicale Universelle, was published after his death in 1866, though he had been publicizing it for some years. Sorosol enjoyed a brief spell of popularity, reaching its pinnacle. So basically, yeah, it's a conlang is short for constructed language.
I learned that as well.
It's a musical language, so it's a way to translate notes into
It's like
into English.
the 11,000 lines of the thing we learned about in English.
The Iliad.
No. The ...
Dactylic hexameter.
Yeah, that.
Someone's gonna fail that test.
That sounds like a dinosaur.
Dactylic hexameter sounds like a dinosaur.
Yeah.
To me, it kind of sounds more like a knight.
Nah, it's a
Not
dinosaur.
the ick. But like maybe like a... It kind of sounds like a Game of Thrones character to me. Dactylic hexameter.
Yeah.
of House Koth. There is no House Karth. Karth is a city in Essos. It's a
Did you get
trading
that from
port.
reading the Iliad?
No, that's a made-up thing in Game of Thrones.
Oh.
Maybe you thought I was referring to Carthage, which Karth is based off of. Can you tell?
No. Well.
So yeah, I think conlangs. What was the question about conlangs, or do you know any conlangs?
Yeah. Have you heard of them?
Yeah.
I think they're cool.
I find that super interesting. Could you not put weight on that because that's the broken one? If you want to switch tables.
No, dog. It's fine.
Ooh,
I can
salty boy.
I can make my own conlang, right?
Is that the question? Or?
No, I'm just saying. It doesn't mean anyone will do it, but...
No, I mean... what is it? What's the Star Trek one?
I don't know. Wouldn't there be multiple something?
No, Vulcan. Not Vulcan.
That is the Roman name of Hephaestus.
Yes, no. Vulcan is what Spock is. No, it's...
I don't know.
Nerds. It's like a joke in Big Bang Theory. Give me a second.
The next question is, what is the nerdiest thing you've ever done?
I've done a lot of nerdy things.
What is the nerdiest thing I've ever done? I don't know.
You're not that much of a nerd.
Mm-hmm.
You just live amongst them.
Very true.
I also live amongst the nerds. I'm in robotics. If you
You
want to
live
see where the
amongst
nerds
them?
are,
Go to robotics.
go to Quiz Bowl and robotics. That's where they all are.
At Tony.
At Tony Licious, man. Star Trek Con.
Tony, let's just make them boys go. They
Tony
want
Licious.
Let's see.
I think it starts with a K.
So, yeah.
Klingon.
Klingon.
I speak Klingon. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
People actually, there's a Klingon dictionary. And people actually speak it.
Well.
I know, right?
That's hardcore.
I know, right? Nerdiest thing I've ever done. I've done so many nerdy things I like.
Have you gone to a Comic-Con?
No. That's not a nerdy thing anymore.
Okay.
That got taken in. The only reason Comic-Con is popular is because Twilight. ASMR.
Yeah. The nerdiest thing I've done is probably go to a comic book store.
Oh, well, I've lived amongst the nerds, as I said. I've gone to the comic book store multiple times. There was one summer when I spent probably $400 on comics in total.
That guy was so cool.
Glenn?
Glenn, yeah.
Yeah, Glenn's a cool dude.
Glenn.
Comic Book Palace in Haverhill.
Didn't you say they closed down?
Nope.
Oh, cool. We should visit Glenn.
Should go for the podcast. That would be so awkward. Hey, Glenn, I have a podcast now. You want to be on it?
It's a video, but it's a podcast. Hey, do you believe in any superstitions?
What? Not really. Superstitions, no. If you want to extend it to supernatural stuff, no. I don't know. There's some weird stuff where it's some ghost stories where it's everyone in the house felt the same thing in different rooms. They all saw their grandma or something.
Mm-hmm.
And Shane Dawson had one of those stories, but also it's kind of bullcrap, you know.
I found a watch in the freezer. Just
lying there.
In the place where you would put ice, because we don't put ice. Well, we do, but we don't use it for the pressy thingy majiggy.
When did this happen?
I don't know. 2 days ago, 3 days ago, pretty recently. Just a random watch in there.
Did you ask people about it, or
I just
left it there?
My mom found it, and she was like, "Bailey, why'd you put a watch in the freezer?" And
She assumes it's you.
I was like, "Mom,
I didn't.
Why? Why would I do that?" And then my dad came out, and he was like, "Alyssa, why'd you put a watch in the freezer?" And I'm like, "Okay, so I don't think anyone put the watch in the freezer.
It just happened to be there."
I think it's, yeah.
Well, that's certainly supernatural.
Oh, of course.
What is there any other solution to that problem? You know?
I really don't understand. I think what happens is things that you can't explain happen, and then the explanation is supernatural.
That thing that's always.
It's gotta be supernatural.
Yeah. I mean, there's also there's oddities and stuff. And who knows? Maybe there is something like that.
Spooky, scary.
Scary.
I don't know. I think the afterlife could be interesting depending on how it works.
Oh, I really hope not.
What if it's you could just travel anywhere and be whatever you want to be?
Do I have to be alive forever?
I don't know. I don't know if I'd want to be alive forever. That's kind of scary.
No. Those who want immortality are very mentally ill. That's my thought.
Unless you just really love life.
To want to live forever is completely ignoring all the bad things in life.
Yeah, but I think it's you get to see how the world develops, right?
But that's there's a comic, I think it's called Superman 50,000 AD or something. It shows Superman going super old, and since he's essentially immortal until the sun blowed up,
right,
collapses. And it's just him, everyone around him is dying, and he becomes less and less connected to humanity, and eventually he's just an old bearded man on the moon.
There's that part of it too, I guess.
I mean, I wouldn't mind doing the Doctor Who thing where it's I have 10 years of my time to just travel around the universe through time and space and just kind of see what's up,
Do that.
All the stuff that I've ever wanted to see, historically. I could watch the greatest battles, see weird personal moments, solve mysteries. Even if I couldn't interact with the people, that would be a plus.
Interacting or not
interacting with people, but not really having to have it. If someone made a pocket universe for me that contained the history of my universe, but was
and
separate,
you could just play around.
I could play around with it. I could do anything. I could become a villain. I could destroy the universe if I wanted to. I could play God. It's like a Westworld situation.
So what you're saying is you want to be immortal if you get to be an
I want to be
God.
immortal for 10 years.
Okay.
Oh, okay, we gotta wrap this up, Bailey. We're at 37 minutes.
Oh boy, we have 3 minutes.
Not really, but yeah.
We can go to 45.
Yeah, we can go to 45. Is there another question?
There's 2 more.
Okay.
What's your opinion on asymmetrical bobs, the hairstyle?
Works for artists, not for anyone else.
They're better than the balding toupee thing. You ever see that where it's bald here and then it's floppy here? It's
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's about it. And then, what are you doing to combat climate change or help those in need?
Oh, I'm not.
I recycle.
Yeah, no, I kind of come in conflict with this, because, I want to, I don't practice what I preach, I could use my reusable, Mighty mugs, which have more functionality, but then I would have to clean them, and that's annoying. So I use disposable mugs, and I'm a very wasteful person. Look at all these water bottles. I could bite the bullet and just drink our trash town tap water.
I don't think it's that bad. I drink tap water.
I really hate the tap water. Maybe it's the pipes that they laid down in our neighborhood, but it tastes really bad.
Apparently has a lot of iron in it, but
yeah,
that's okay.
It tastes like metal, bad metal.
I just put some ice cubes in, it's fine.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a wasteful person. Helping people, I don't really help people. I'm pretty self-centered. But I donated a few cases of water to the Puerto Rican thing, even though they're still in need.
Yeah.
No. What a tough question. That was a good question, and I haven't finished it. But also, I'd rather not look at the horrors of my complete indifference
I think you also have
to human life.
You have to think that you can't do everything to fix the world, even though you might want to.
But I'm not doing anything. That's the real thing.
There's still time.
I try to be nice to people, even if that's not a successful endeavor.
Well, even just being nice to one person could change their perspective.
Yeah, I mean, my perspective is it never hurts to have a kindness matters and it's free. That's my perspective. I came up with that quote.
They really gotta switch. Because when they're like, as Mr. Brown says.
Mr. Adams gets mad every time he hears that because he told Mr. Brown that quote. And now everyone credits Mr. Brown and he's taking credit for it.
Of course he is.
That's saucy. Okay, well. Would you like to wrap it up with the social media that we'll pre-record at some point?
Sure. We're not going to pre-record it. But I do have it all pulled up. You know, you just go on Patreon, search us up, Not Quite Millennials. YouTube, which you are listening this on, Not Quite Millennials. We're up to 20 subscribers.
Yeah, woo woo. Nick Payne has been watching our videos now.
Episode 11 and 12 are out of order.
Yeah.
But
did Nick comment on that, or did I tell you that he did?
Huh?
Did I tell you that he did that, or you're just looking at it?
No. What did he comment?
Oh yeah, sorry about that, guys. No, he asked why they were published out of order.
Oh, I see. Must be YouTube's fault. Of course. I just saw the comment.
Apocalypse 4.0, my boy.
At Not Quite Podcast on the Twitter, which I promise I'll start posting on.
And our Insta.
And our Insta, which is Not Quite Millennials. That is the social media. If you want us on more social media, let us know.
What's that new one that everyone's going to now?
I don't know.
I think it starts with a V, maybe.
Is there a new one? Vimeo?
No, it's like a substitute for Instagram, but not the one that, not the like, I don't know. Or maybe it's a substitute for Facebook. It's dumb.
Venmo. That's a Ticketmaster thing.
No, that's Venmo is how you.
Visco. Oh, you're talking about Visco.
Yeah, not Visco. Visco's a different thing. Okay, I guess we're done. Solid pod.
Sounds. Thank you, Austin. Austin, this episode is dedicated to you.
Well, I mean, you gotta pay for that. Bye, guys.